gets me every time.
Hi, I'm Andrew Leong,
I'm Jamie Rice.
and welcome to #Ambitious.
In this episode, we're going to be looking at exit intent software.
Okay, so exit intent software, I'll let Jamie talk about what it is, but my opinion's completely changed on it now, because I used to hate it, but it's changed since I've done a little bit more work on it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's what most people tend to find in my experience. You'll have probably noticed, well, you'll have probably dealt with exit intent software, even if you're not aware of it right now. Basically, it's when you go to leave a website, when your cursor is going over the X in the top right-hand corner, a little pop-up will appear or a message will appear trying to get you to either stay on the website or to convert as a customer rather than leave. So the idea of the software is to get someone, instead of having them leave your website, is to potentially give them a discount code or a coupon or offer them a free consultation or whatever it might be to get someone who's potentially leaving your website for good into a conversion or an inquiry.
So I'll just explain why I used to dislike it, because it always felt really, really spammy to me, especially on a mobile phone where the message would pop up and trying to reach the X on your phone would be like a really difficult task to do. So I never really liked it, to be honest with you. My opinion has changed on it now. I actually do favour it because I think it can add more value to your customers, especially if you're giving away something of value, like a discount or a free ebook or something that adds value to their lives. So rather than just being spammy, it can be used to add value, and that's why my opinion's really changed on it. So, I mean, when do you think a company should use it, and do you think some companies shouldn't use them? What's your opinion on it, Jamie?
It depends how they use them, really. So, like Andrew said, one of the main things is if it's going to be spammy, then obviously it's going to annoy people. If you can provide something that's genuinely of value that people are going to like, so say, for example, if you've got an e-commerce store, if you've got a pop-up as the exit intent software saying £10 off when you enter this coupon at the checkout, that's potentially of value. They're on your e-commerce site. They must be at least a bit interested in what you've got to offer. So giving them a £10 discount or 10% off or whatever you can do for them, that could be quite an enticing exit intent software call to action piece, which could get people who are leaving your website and turn them into a customer instead. Right through to maybe if you're like a law firm, you could offer a 15-minute free consultation over the phone or 15-minute consultation face-to-face, whatever you can do. Just depends on your business, really. And I think there's no right or wrong way of doing it. You just need to trial it, see what works, what doesn't work, and then just keep testing it. So if you have exit intent software set up with what you think is a good call to action and nobody uses it, it's probably not a good call to action, and it's time to tweak it, make changes, and test it again for the next month. And then if you don't get inquiries again, test it again until you come up with a call to action that's appealing enough to get at least some inquiries through your website.
Cool. Should we go through a few things that maybe they could use? Like, so if you're an e-commerce store, you could use it to, like you said before, offer discounts.
Yeah.
Or if someone's going to leave maybe a particular product, say they're looking at jeans and they go to leave on that, a message pops up which is for a complementary product to maybe get them to look at different products.
Yeah. I mean, that can certainly work. Again, it just depends on what you're selling. It might be something where you can point them towards your top selling item or things that most people are interested in. So yeah, just to basically keep them on the site as opposed to leaving.
Can you, I think we talked about this, have different pop-ups depending on which part of the website they're going to leave?
Yeah, there is software out there. It can become more expensive getting really tailored exit intent software pop-ups. Your general sort of off-the-shelf exit intent software, if you just want to trial it, where you can get sort of free plugins on WordPress, and that most of the time will literally just be one exit intent message which will pop up.
So you can have different types of exit intent messages. So you can have, as we're talking about, discount codes. You can have them in such a way where they put stuff in their shopping basket and then they're about to leave, and it's like a reminder to maybe put their email address in so they get that particular code to come back, so their shopping basket's still full of the same particular items. You can have social media ones, so as they're leaving, your social media links are there that they can follow. You can have a sign up one where they sign up with their email address to get on your newsletter. There's different ways to use exit intent software. Does that cover everything?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, one thing that Andrew touched on at the start of this was using X10 software on mobile. And it's a really good point. If you've got a lot of visitors coming to your website through mobile, X10 software isn't always great on mobiles, particularly phones. Reason being, if you're on a desktop, it's quite easy for the software to see when the cursor is going over the X. However, when you've got a thumb on scrolling on a mobile phone, it can quite often have the X10 software pop up when they weren't going for the X. So it just takes us back to the whole make sure you keep testing. So if you do put X10 software on your site, don't just let it run and forget about it. Once the software is on there, check it on your phone, check it on an iPad, check it on your desktop, make sure it's not annoying, make sure it's not popping up at the wrong point. If it is, get it fixed or get a developer to look at it, or just take it off your site completely, because the last thing you want to do is put some software on and start annoying people.
I mean, if you've got a mobile responsive or a responsive website, you could have it on your desktop, but maybe just completely take it off mobile phones.
Yeah.
Like I said, like James said, just keep testing to see which works, because it can be really spammy and annoying. But if you get it right, you can have a higher conversion rate with it. Anything else you want to go over?
I think that's pretty much everything. If you haven't used X10 software before and you've got an interesting call to action, I'd say give it a go. I mean, worst case is you're going to slightly annoy some people who are already leaving your site anyway. So if you trial it for 2 weeks, see what happens. You might get some leads from people who you would potentially never heard from anyway. So it doesn't do that much harm.
Yeah, try it. See if it works for you. If not, take it off. If it does, double down on it. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks a lot.
Give me every time.